Hi, I'm Rhodes, and today we're gonna go over some awesome under $100 Amazon gifts for videographers. We've got a whole list of these things on there. Most of them can be found on Amazon. There might be a few versions. I'm not gonna give you the exact version that I have. I'm gonna give you a better version or something like that. So links will be below if you need to find any of these things. And yeah, let's get into it. We got a lot to get through. So first I'm gonna start off with some lights. Main thing you need with a videographer is lights. You gotta be able to light your scene. Otherwise, you're gonna be capturing pitch black. And the sun does not always cooperate. So these are all pretty cheap. This is a Viltrox L132T. Viltrox has lots of different kinds of lights, all under $100. They take Sony NP-F batteries. I'll also add a link for some that I recommend. But these are pretty great. I'm actually using two of them right now to light this scene, and they're pretty bright. They are bicolored, so they have warm and cool light, not just one single light coming out. And they get decently bright for the size that they are. I mean, as you can see in this scene, we're doing pretty good. So that's one. This is the Aputure B7c. And the cool thing about this light is, well, it's not charged, but it actually does light up. It has a battery inside of itself right now, and it has Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, so you can actually control it with your phone. I use this a lot on video sets when I've got a backlight, like a lamp or something that's just too bright or not the right color. And I can change the color on this. This is RGB, red, green, blue, white, so it's got all the different colors on it, all the different power levels. It actually gets pretty bright as well. And sometimes you can combine it with one of these. It's one of those, you know, silver lamp things that you get from Home Depot just to keep it going if you need it for a longer period of time. It does last for a pretty good time, but for longer shoots, you can hook it up. My next recommendation for lights is the Pocket Light F7 from Falcon Eyes. This thing I bring everywhere. It's so small. It has a magnet on the back, so I can attach it to a lot of different surfaces. You'd be surprised how many things are magnetized. And it's just really bright, all the colors. It's got different scenes for like movie or party or candlelight. And then you can also set your own color or set your own white, cool, and warm as well. So this has a lot of packed in features for what you get out of it. And I bring this on everything, and especially at weddings, because it's a lot of fun. Other kind of lights that you may not need on a shoot, but are just fun to have around. As you can see, I've got a lightsaber lamp, and I've got these colored bulbs that you can just buy. They're smart bulbs. You can change the colors. They're LED. They last for a long time. I've got them in other places in my room. Same with little fairy lights. They're just fun to have in your room and to light up in the space, so you're not working in broad daylight. You're not working in pitch black. It's a nice ambiance to have. We'll have some recommendations for these for you down below, but you can get any kind, really. There's a lot of different kinds. But anyways, yeah, so lots of ambiance light that are fun to, you know, incorporate in a room that is meant for editing. The next thing, something else I use all the time, is chargers to charge all my batteries. I have a lot of batteries, and a lot of them actually take USB these days. They're not all plug into the wall kind of things. You plug this into the wall, it has 6 slots for your USB charging. I can charge so many things in such a small space instead of taking up the whole table. It's a lot easier to use this. And it's pretty cheap too. So something I find a lot of videographers actually don't do, which is kind of disturbing, is that they don't actually clean their camera and their lenses. Sensor cleaning, I can understand, that's a little bit trickier, but just having a blower, having, you know, a brush to clean off your lenses, and having a lens wipe with the proper lens spray cleaning fluid. There are some ones that are basically just water and don't do anything, and there are some good ones. I use ROR. Sorry, I didn't grab that. Maybe I'll be right back. Okay, yeah, so this is the one I use, ROR. You can see it there, residual oil remover. This is a great brand. It does a great job of cleaning things, and it is a little pricier than some of the cheap ones you get, but again, you don't want water doing nothing. This is just for external cleaning of your camera and lenses. All right, and glasses too, if you want to use them for that. Another thing that's really cheap, maybe just a stocking stuffer of some kind, are just a pack of clamps. I mean, you can get these at any, you know, Harbor Freight or Ollie's, but I use these all the time, clamping, you know, cables together to hold them like cable ties, or to, you know, hang up some background of some kind like that. So these come in handy. I keep them in my bag all the time. and they generally come in a pack, so that's good. The next thing is friction arms. There's all kinds of different ones. I've actually got one holding up my monitor up here on top of my camera right now as well. You can use them for microphones, you can use them for monitors, you can use them for putting another camera on there, or anyways, there's just all kinds of things you can attach to these to attach to your camera rig or your gimbal or anything like that. So they are really nice to have when you do need them. Continuing on with different kinds of mounts, I use, for the same reasons, you know, monitors, microphones, recorders. There's a lot of things that have this type of screw mount on them in the camera world. So I get these and I can just set them up there. They're a nice little tabletop stand, and there are different kinds. This is one from Manfrotto. I like the rigidness and the small compactness that I can carry this with me just anywhere, which it does stay in my bag. This one is a little bigger. There are smaller versions, but it doesn't come with me everywhere. But it is nice because, you know, it's got the Gorilla Pod. You just never know what you can do with it. Like, I can wrap this around a pole. One example I did use it for is I was able to put a camera up in the wheel well while we're changing the brakes of a wheel. If I didn't have this, I wouldn't be able to put the camera up there. I didn't have any way to mount it up in a wheel well. So it's really nice to have something like that in your kit that just either is just nice to have as a regular monopod or to do some creative stuff with. Moving into audio, I've got the Rode Mic Mini. This thing is like 50 something bucks, maybe 60 bucks. It is just a nice small microphone to have on top of any camera. If you've got a small rig running with your gimbal and your camera or something like that, you can put this on top. It doesn't get in the way as much. Some of those bigger microphones on top will get in the way or even get in the shot, depending on what you have on it. So this is just a nice, small, compact, better microphone than your camera would have. So for just a nice 60 bucks, you're gonna improve your audio immediately. Also, another way to mic things is with a lav. This gets the microphone closer to you by clipping it onto yourself. They sound pretty good. This is a Purple Panda lav. It's about 30 bucks, I think, and it has worked pretty good for me. It's not the best, but it's done a pretty good job for me so far. And then you can plug both of those into a little recorder. This is, I think, has gone down to about 90 bucks, maybe a little bit around there. This is a audio recorder. And this is good because this records in different qualities and also has a better recording system in it. I'm not gonna go into all the details than your camera would. Your camera is built more for video. This is built for audio. So this does a lot better job than your camera would. For 100 bucks, you're gonna get a recorder. You can use it, plug in multiple things. It has microphones on it. Great gift. Cameras these days are, you know, getting larger and larger file sizes, and you have to store all of that. So it's always good to have good SD cards around with you. If you don't know the difference of data and speed on hard drives and SD cards and thumb drives, then I would recommend that you stick to the ones that I suggest below. But there are lots of them out there, because if you get a class 4 128 gigabyte, I don't think it's gonna mention 128, but class 4 64 gigabyte card, it's gonna be super slow and not work for them. So if you don't know the difference between class 4, class 10, V30, V90, UH2, you know, all those things, then stick with the recommendations I have just to help you guys out. But these are always good to have in your kit, and also extras, because one may break or one may get filled up, or you may have something else that you need to give some to somebody else or something like that. So it's always good to have these SD cards for your cameras. Also with storage, as you record more and more, you're gonna have to store that file. Not only store it, but have something that's fast enough to work off of if you don't have it all on your computer, because laptops have smaller storage. They can't carry all the footage, so you have to keep it on external drives. So you need something fast enough to work off of as well. But also having backups of your data. So there's all kinds of reasons to have lots and lots of storage, lots and lots of SD cards and hard drive space to keep all your footage and to work from. So this one is a hard disk drive. It is powered through the computer. There are some bigger ones back there. I've got an 8 terabyte, 2 8 terabytes. I'll pop in a clip here for you guys, but those are powered through a power system, and they are hard disk drives, but they are larger storage. So a little bit more clunkier to use, but they hold a lot more and are pretty cheap. You can get about 5 terabytes for 100 bucks. And for solid state drives, I think you can almost get about a terabyte for 100 bucks. The great things about these is that they are super fast. when saving data and working off of and moving files and everything like that. So when you have large files to work with, moving them fast is a great thing. So I do recommend the SSD over the hard disk drives, but it always is good to have lots of space just to have backups if you're not working from them as well. And they're smaller. You can carry this with you. It's a USB-C slot and you can just plug it in anywhere, and small. It's just nice to have. Something I don't always use, but I do like to have in my kit is gaff tape. Just like the clamps, it's just something that you can use to attach things, to tape cables down so you don't have anybody tripping on set or whenever you're filming, or if you just need to tape something together real quick where you don't have the right attachment for your microphone, so you just tape your microphone onto the end of a pole and use that. It just comes in handy in so many ways that you don't think of, and that's why it's good to have. It's not quite duct tape, it is more of a fabric type tape, but it is strong, but doesn't leave residue. This is a Datacolor Spider Checker 24. I recommend this one for the price and also for the quality. There are cheaper ones you can get out there, but you need to be a little bit more confident in this to know that the colors are actually going to represent what you need them to represent. If you get one that the colors are a little bit skewed, you could be skewing your entire video footage, and some things may not work out. So it's got two sides to it, the color side and the exposure side, so you know what your dark and lights are, and exposure settings, and then your skin tones and everything like that. So it's nice just to set up in front of the camera before you shoot, just to get your color calibrated when you're editing. So it comes in handy in the post process. These have been out for a while, but they are Peak Design straps. If you're gonna use a strap, get a Peak Design. That's pretty much all I gotta say about it. These things are awesome. They slide really easily if you need to adjust them, and they lock down. But their system that they use, one, it's comfortable, but their system that they use with their anchors right here are, if you can see that, it's got these little tab anchors here, and these loop around. This part is made from Kevlar, so that's not going to break. And if it does start breaking, you'll see, I think it has a red inner core. If you start to see that, you can actually send it back to them and get a free one, I think. But they're so cheap, you can just buy a pack of them anyways. But nice and strong. And then this is the great part, where it just goes boop, boop, pops in, locks in just like that. And you've got a nice secure line that you can take the strap off easily if you don't want to use it for the day. If you want to put it on top of your gimbal, this is a film camera right now, but I leave them on there. I use gaff tape to tape them down so they don't jingle, but they can pop off the strap quick and easy, and that is a lifesaver and time saver, which is always important when you're making videos. I will have a bigger list of books down below. I'm just going to show you a few of them right here, books that I definitely do recommend. This is Save the Cat, so if you like anybody that knows, or if you know anybody that likes to write, this is a great great book to read, because it breaks down script writing into 15 different categories of how to go through the process and things to look for the ideal script. So I just love this book. I read it myself and it made me want to write. I'm not a writer, but it did make me want to write more, because I was like, oh, I know how to do that now. So it's always good to have. Books are awesome. This is the Imagineering Workout. There's also the Imagineering Way, but this is all about Imagineers at Disney giving you creative suggestions of how to be more creative. And I love Disney and I love being creative, as I am a creative. So awesome book, both of those. Just the whole Imagineering process is a great thing. If you don't know, this channel is making videos about each of the chapters in this book. So not only if you get this book for them, will it be a great book for them to read, what do they say, like 2 years of film school in 248 pages. And it really is. It really does teach you a lot. There's 77 different tips in here. But not only that, if you get this book and you send them to this YouTube page, they will have videos to go along with each of the chapters. And if they want to ask me questions, even better. So they've got a whole system built into this book, which is awesome. So I do highly recommend this one. But there are other books listed below. I'm just not going to go through them because there are so many. But the ones listed are usually the most popular film books around. So hopefully they'll enjoy those. A nice gift coming in, again, under $100. That isn't what you normally would think of, but I like hats. I have a whole hat collection. I put my logo on a hat. I got it from Etsy. I got two of them, one for me, one for my wife. But if they've got a logo or something like that, or some kind of video apparel, I like having that stuff all the time. I've got a Zeiss hat, which is lenses. I've got work hats that have logos of the other video companies I work for, and just, yeah, all that stuff. So I like hats, but you can also get shirts. You can also get, you know, coats for the winter. You can get, you know, just about anything branded. But it's a nice thought to give them with their logo or their brand on it. I did give you mic suggestions before, but I do want to also introduce these headphones. There's a link for these specific ones below, and they've actually gone on sale again. I got these last Black Friday, and they went on sale again. I think they're about $80 right now, which is amazing, from like 200. So they're really good. I like them. I've used them for the past year, and they have a cable option. They are Bluetooth, but they have a cable option, which I do plug into the camera. Why these instead of wired ones? Because they are noise canceling. That way I can cancel out all the background noise and hear exactly what my camera or my microphone is picking up, and only that. What I'm listening to mostly for is things that I don't want in the audio. So if I hear a train or a car or a vent or something like that, I'm able to hear it. But if there's other noise going around, you may not be able to pick up on those subtle things. When you get into editing, then you've got this in the background and you just didn't even know. So I do recommend these. These are great, and they're on sale, which is awesome. Another fun gift idea. My wife got these for me for Christmas last year. They are a little pricey, but they are really cool. The Film Pin Society. This is, she got me 2 of them, and they are incredibly looking. So detailed, so beautiful, and just nice to show off on your bag or wherever you want to put them. They're just a good little trinket. Like I said, these pens are a little pricier, but you know, maybe it's something you get each year and they build up the collection of them for. So I'm kind of hoping maybe I'll get some more this Christmas as well. So yeah, Film Pin Society, go check them out. Storage is always a tricky thing where you've got so many bags and you want to organize things in so many different ways, but you don't need everything all the time. So organizations is a fun process, but also kind of annoying process at the same time. But for really cheap, you can actually pick up these makeup bags, and they're clear, and you can put all your little things in them, and you can see exactly what is in your bag without having to open it up and tear everything out. And that I love. There are different sizes of these, but I usually get this size, the barber bag size-ish. And yeah, I've got several of them. I put all my little trinkets in there, and I know where everything is. Even though they're small little pieces floating around. So I do love these for that reason. So there are other bigger makeup bags as well that have several sections. So if you've got a little bit bigger items, maybe you want to put your hard drives or your batteries or something in there, there are bigger bags that you can put more organized, larger items in and use it that way as well. So makeup bags, surprising find, but they actually do a great job for videographers. In this new age of subscriptions, there are a lot of subscriptions to be had by videographers out there right now, either for audio or stock video or for education or just watching you know, Netflix. You can just watch movies and count that as some of your work hours for research. But there are a lot of subscriptions out there, and they may already have some in place. Some I use are like Adobe for my editing software and stuff like that. And then I've got Soundstripe for audio and Envato Elements for you know, stock footage and templates and stuff like that as well. All of those are great options. They may already have them, so check with them if you want to, if you just want to surprise them, if they've already got it going and you just kind of want to help pay for a few months for them. They're varying prices, but Skillshare is a great online learning platform, and there's just so many to be had. So I will list some below, but that does not mean that's the limited thing. And you know, if you're paying for a full year, it may go above that $100 mark. But if you're just paying for a few months, you can probably keep it under that amount, and they can carry it on from there if they like it. So it's kind of like a trial period. But yeah, so subscriptions are an awesome thing. But if you get too many, they can start adding up. So help them out this Christmas with maybe some of their subscriptions, or give them a trial period for something else. With the audio stuff, when you're editing, if you're using speakers on a computer, they may not be the best. And you need to be able to hear what's actually coming out, what you actually recorded. Otherwise, when you play it back on different devices, it could sound completely different. And that may happen anyways, but it is, if you can help it somewhat, then why not? So the recommendation over here is speakers for your computer, for their computer system, depending on what they're editing on. I've got this Logitech kit. It's under, I don't know the price of it. I've had it for a while, but it still does a great job for what it's worth. So I use that all the time. Just so much nicer to have that stereo field plus the subwoofer down below to be able to really hear what you're editing and what you've captured on camera, and know how to fix that or adjust from there. So yeah, speakers are a great asset to have, especially when editing. The last one I want to recommend to you guys is actually a little bit pricier. I think it's about $120 right now. But if they are just starting out, or they're using their phone or mobile videography like that, the DJI Osmo Mobile 4, the OM4, is a great asset. But it's just a gimbal for your phone, and it does a great job, especially how well phone videography is today, as well as the stabilization on phone videography. Combining those two or just using this is some really great shots. And it comes with the little foot stand, so you can set it down anywhere you want to. The app is on your phone, it calibrates. It is just a really nice gift to give if you want to step up a little bit above that $100 range. So yeah, good gift. Hopefully that gave you some great ideas for Christmas. Black Friday is upcoming. There will be sales on some of these. I don't know the exact sales that are happening, but check them out. Look at B&H, look at Amazon. You know, there's all kinds of things going on. But again, I will have all the links down below for you guys to check out. They do help me out. They are affiliate links, most of them, not all of them, which I would greatly appreciate. And if you like this video, be sure to subscribe, like, so this gets pushed up and more people can see these gift ideas. Share it, whatever you got to do. I appreciate it. All right, have a great day. Have a great Christmas. Have a great holiday. See you guys.